everyone, hope you're all safe and well. Welcome to my second Lockdown Lessons 3.0, where today I'm going to be teaching you the art of pitching. Now, pitching is a really important shot in golf, and my question to you is, how many times do you find yourself 40, 50, 60 yards short of the green with a great chance of birdie after hitting a brilliant drive and end up walking off with bogey? We've all been there, we've all done it, and it all comes down to that first poor pitch shot. If we can get that pitch shot much closer to the hole with the right technique, we're going to be walking off with more birdies, more pars, and ultimately getting much lower scores. So it all stems from the setup. If we get the setup correct, we're going to have a great pitching technique to start off with. It's a great basis to have. So firstly, in terms of my ball position, I'm going to have my feet 2 club heads apart, so you can see 1, 2, just like that. A little bit narrower than what most people are used to, but it just encourages me to pick up that golf club a little bit throughout the swing, so I'm hitting down on the golf ball. My ball position is going to be in the middle of my stance, so I'm going to have the ball directly in the middle of my stance. I want my hands to sort of be directly in the middle of the golf ball as well, so they're not leaning too much, they're not behind the golf ball. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to shift a little bit of weight, so it's almost 60% of weight on this left, or this lead foot, just so my hands come forward a little bit as well, okay? So 60% of weight on that left side, ball position in the middle, and feet width 2 club heads apart. If we can do that, we're going to be off to a great start and getting the right technique. In terms of the actual swing itself, what I want to make sure I'm doing is I'm keeping this lower half of my body very, very still, or very quiet, because if we try to get too much of this lower half of our body involved in this sort of shot, it will generate too much speed, it will generate too much power, and we're really going to struggle to control the distance. So it all comes from your upper body, getting that right rotation. If we can do that, it's going to be much easier to control and judge the distance. So in terms of what my arms and the club are doing, the top of the backswing should look just like this. You should almost get into this position here where my left arm is nice and parallel with the floor, the club's pointing up to the sky, almost creating this sort of L shape here. That's exactly what we're looking for. So backswing into this L position here, where we can see left arm's parallel, club's pointing up to the sky. In terms of the follow through, we almost want to recreate that L shape again, this time with our right hand. So you can see here, my right arm's parallel the floor, the club's pointing nice and up to the sky, okay? From face on, what we're going to see with a downswing is that the right arm actually comes across our body. This is to help encourage the turn, the upper body turn through the shot. Often I see players go straight down the line, which tells me they're not turning well enough through the shot. Now, this shot is repeatable, this swing is repeatable. So in terms of what club you should use, I've chosen my 58 here, one of my most lofted clubs in my bag, and really that's to try and encourage the ball to go up in the air, land nice and softly. This shot here is about 50 yards. If I wanted to hit a shot that was 60 or 70 yards, rather than changing how fast I hit the golf ball, rather than changing how far I swing it, all I can do is I can have the exact same swing, but just change the loft, change the club that's in my hand. So rather than using a 58, I would pull out my 54 if I was maybe 10 yards further back. If I was maybe 20 yards further back, I'd pull out my 50-degree wedge. So you can see that what we're trying to do here is create a repeatable, a consistent technique. This sort of technique here, L to L, and all we're doing to change that distance is just changing the loft, making it much simpler for ourselves. Now, if you're practicing this shot, I would try and get those distances zoned in so that you don't come out on the golf course, try this technique, and don't know how far you're hitting it. It will take a lot of practice to understand how far each club is going to go. So, let's have a go with the shot now. So, you can see I've got my feet width 2 club heads apart. My ball position's in the middle of my stance. My hands are pretty neutral. All I'm going to do is put a little bit of weight on this left side of mine, and I'm just going to try and create that nice L shape on the way back and create that L shape on the way through with my right arm coming across my body. Let's give it a go. Not bad, not bad. So, if you get this right, practice this technique, I can almost promise you that soon you'll start to see those shots become a lot more consistent. You'll start to see those birdies or pars become actually achievable, and hopefully we'll see those scores come tumbling down. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep practicing hard, and we hope to see you soon.